Welcome back to all our friends, family, and yes, even our foes. To the Foxx Den Sports Podcast, where Todd and his sports-passionate kids are ready to bring you the latest updates and insights on all things sports. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Foxx Den Sports Podcast, along with my three hosts, the dog, G, what do we say your nickname was, G-Rod, and Banch McDonald, the Den's Enforcer. I'm Todd Foxx, and we got some good stuff to talk about today on February 20, what is it, the 3rd? Yeah, 2026. Yesterday was February 22nd, and exactly 46 years ago to the day of Miracle on Ice, 1980, the USA did it again. They went into Milan and beat Canada 2-1 in overtime for the gold medal. And this time it was not a bunch of college kids. It was some of our NHL superstars, Jack Hughes with a golden goal and Connor Hellebuyck stopping 41 shots like a brick wall. So, between the men's win yesterday and the women's overtime against Canada, officially take the crown back. And we are now the hockey capital of the world. You guys watch any of it? Or how did you feel when we won? Tell me what are your thoughts? Were you happy?
Yeah, I got into it about midway through the first period. It's the first USA goal. So it's pretty intense. I mean, second period, you're just like, God, Canada's a lot better than us. They were just destroying us on shots on goals and everything. So it was but it was exciting. I mean, especially when we had a 5-on-3 power play and we stopped them and they didn't score. That was pretty amazing. So yeah, it was pretty exciting when they made it. I mean, just the angle of it, watching on my TV, I was like, did that go in? And then you just see him going nuts. So I couldn't even really tell for sure if he made it at first. But then, obviously the announcer's going nuts and everything. And what's crazy is I remember the 1980 Miracle on Ice, watching that. That was pretty exciting because it's not like, it was in New York. So it was pretty much our time live. And then not like this where it's all in the morning and then you have to rewatch things at night or whatever that's, and you can Google the winners if you want to or whatever. But so that was exciting to watch this game actual live, like the 1981. And then we won that game. It was actually on a Friday. And then 2 days later, I had to go play in the gold medal game and beat Finland, because when we beat Russia, Soviet Union, that was actually a semifinal game. But it was exciting. Like you said, I mean, it was pretty much college players beating pro players back then. And that's what's exciting is, there was this whole thing that no paid athletes could be a part of the Olympics. And Soviet Union paid their players, but that was just their job. But they didn't play in the NHL or anything like that. So United States and Canada and all these other teams had to play, they're amateurs. And so nobody could ever beat the Soviet Union. And so that's why it's exciting to see this. And I didn't realize the NHL players hadn't played in several years or several times in the Olympics the last few times. It's just now coming back. And we still hadn't won it even with our NHL players. So, yeah, it's exciting times.
Kel?
I got out of church, had the ESPN alert that it was going into overtime, so I turned it on. About 30 seconds later, we won.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
I don't know much about hockey, but it looked awesome, and it's always fun to win something big like that, especially in I think, wasn't both the men's and women's overtime? It's pretty cool.
Pretty sweet. I remember the first hockey game we went to with you and Garrett. You guys went in North Carolina, and the Carolina Hurricanes played Boston, and there was a fight like in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and you guys were just like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And then I don't think there was another fight afterwards, but pretty fun.
It was like right in front of us.
It was great. Garrett, any thoughts on the hockey?
I did not watch a single Olympic event, so I do
not
have
one
any thoughts. No, man, I ain't got time for that. I will say though, I mean, I saw the clip of the winning goal, obviously from Jack Hughes.
Pretty sweet.
It's super cool. I mean, kind of going similar to the USA like basketball gold. Like all these players are such rivals during 4 years basically straight, and then they're able to pretty much put it all aside and become a team. you watch them come together in that final game when, in my opinion, things like that are bigger than like an NBA Finals. Like for your career and like your legacy, definitely not. But I would bet Steph Curry, he said already, that was the most important game he ever played whenever he, beat France. So I would imagine these guys would agree. But yeah, it's pretty fun to watch those guys, especially in hockey when they well, I didn't watch it, but are literally fighting each other, fist fighting, and
Pretty cool.
then they're on the same team for the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it's interesting how I think there was 2 USA players that play for Winnipeg, so now they got to go back to Canada. And then there is some of these players on US and Canada on the same NHL team, but on one on USA and one on Canada. So you throw all that in. These guys know each other. They've known each other for many, many years, played against each other probably in college, maybe even in USA and Canada hockey when they were in high school age. So they, like Garrett said, man, they wanted to win big time. So, I didn't realize in overtime, that's something, I'm like, you guys don't watch a whole lot of hockey, but I don't know. Does NHL, do they have hockey or overtime where it goes 3-on-3?
Yeah.
They do. God, when they said that, and what does it happen if the time runs out? Then it goes the
shootout.
Yeah. Man, that would have been exciting too. But that 3-on-3 was unbelievable.
Yeah, it would. But I don't know if I could deal with that, man. That's just, it's a lot of pressure. Daggum shootouts. Yeah. But that's the way it should be. There shouldn't be any daggum ties. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be one of the gold medal. Like soccer does ties, and I mean, they should always go to penalty kicks, regardless. No, doesn't matter. NFL should never have a tie. I don't care if you go through the overtime game, never have a tie. Mm-hmm. You don't see it in NBA. You don't see it in baseball. You saw it in baseball that one time in the All-Star game years ago. There should never, ever be any kind of a tie in any kind of sporting event at all. Makes no sense. Especially even as a player, but you're as a fan, you're there and you're like all excited and pumped up, and you leave and you're like, we didn't win. We didn't lose. Oh well, shouldn't have gone. Kellen, what question did you bring to the table today? What do you got?
Not necessarily a question, but I just wanted to see what everybody's thoughts were on how you're feeling about the Jared McCain trade, because since the All-Star break, he's averaging 15.5 points per game on 52% shooting, 55% from 3, 100% on his free throws. He's averaging 3.5 rebounds. This is all on 19 minutes. Only half an assist, but he passes the ball pretty well. It just usually swings around a little more. But, I mean, he's our third best scorer since the All-Star break. Granted, we're missing our best 3 scorers. But coming off the bench, he's above Wallace and Hartenstein and Dort and all in scoring. He's light years ahead of where I expected him to be, and part of that's due to injuries, but he just seems to really mesh with this team. So I just wanted to see how anybody else was feeling, or if anybody had any other thoughts.
I'm going to say, for right now, it's a perfect trade because of everything you just said. Not having Mitchell, we don't have a point guard. I mean, Casey Wallace is having to run point guard, and then you got Caruso out. So it was perfect for right now. We'll see how it goes. McCain gets beat a lot and is always in the wrong spot on defense, and that may be a little bit to do with just not knowing, but I think came at a good time at the All-Star break to give him some. He looked a lot smoother on offense yesterday, or the last 2 games since the All-Star break, especially yesterday. Needing a playmaker, need somebody who can handle the ball and shoot. I mean, and you can tell they like him because, and he's fitting right in. I'm just sitting there. I know Ousmane Dieng kind of went off on us when we played the Bucks right before the All-Star break, but he didn't fit what we needed at the time. It's kind of like when we got rid of Josh Giddey. It's not what we needed at the time. Not that they're bad players, but McCain's just fitting in perfectly right now. So for a whole bunch of second-round picks and a 76ers, Rockets pick that we probably would never use, I think it was incredible.
Jared would say, he's perfect fit. I think before he even got traded, if you really looked at like a short list of players of who would be able to just walk in and immediately fit the kind of just the vibe of the team, he would definitely be up there. He's definitely fit in really well. You can tell the guys are happy he's there, watching their reactions on the bench with anything he does. It's pretty fun to watch. So I think he's exactly what we needed. Just given, and Joe's obviously been playing a lot better since he's got there too. It's almost like he's got a little bit less pressure on himself.
Yeah.
to be the main guy in the behind the arc. And so I think that's elevated his play by quite a bit. And so, yeah, exciting
Good
to
point.
see.
It may,
Some people
go ahead, go.
No, you go. Oh, I was just going to touch on the Isaiah Joe thing. Some people have theorized that it's put more pressure on
That's what I
Joe
was gonna say.
because he's like, this could be my replacement.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I don't know if that's the case. It could be that he's relieved some pressure, but he has stepped it up. I mean, 5 turnovers in the first 6 minutes, or 5 steals, I'm sorry, in the first 6 minutes of the game against the Cavs. Like, Joe was, and he's not a defensive guy. It was awesome.
No, I was just going to say we've clearly needed this type of player on our team just to have that bench strength, just to shore it up a little bit more. You got to have somebody that can score off the bench, because it seems as if whenever Shea goes out, I mean, and if J-Dub's out for sure, both of them are out of the game, then it kind of it doesn't really, the flow doesn't go well and the shooting suffers. But I think this kid will be good. He does need to get better defensively. I think he's still only like 21 years old, I think, something like that. But I think he can get there. Maybe not this season, but I'm saying future, though. We've still got him cheap. You know, this is the guy that would have possibly won Rookie of the Year last year, and he's on our team now. It's freaking outstanding. And we to Clay's point, we had to give up Ousmane Zhang, but I mean, he didn't fit. And I hope he flourishes wherever he goes, winds up, you know, at the end of his, you know, time and all that. But I mean, just like Josh Giddey, I mean, he was just a guy that on our team that we couldn't play anymore, and you got to let those guys go.
And he also showed up at the perfect time. This had nothing to do with it because it was the trade deadline, but he hasn't even played with Shea or Mitchell yet. He played 2 games with Dub before Dub got hurt. Like, he hasn't even, once we're fully healthy, we'll have a starting lineup on the bench between Cason Wallace, AJ Mitchell, McCain, Caruso, and J. Will. Like, that could be a starting lineup for plenty of teams out there.
Is there any word on when these guys are coming back? You think it's
AJ Mitchell and Shea will be reevaluated later this week, and Dub late next week.
You think it's really that bad? If it's playoffs, would they be playing? Because I think they'd probably be playing right now if it's playoffs.
I don't think J-Dub would. I mean, he's not. I don't know. I think Shea definitely. So I'm guessing Shea will probably be back probably next week. J-Dub may be out through March. And AJ Mitchell, man, I'm a little nervous. You know, the guy's been on our team for 2 years and he hadn't played even close to a full, 2 half seasons whenever he comes back. So he may be out for another few weeks. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. And then Caruso was out again yesterday. So who knows about that guy.
I hope AJ is not out for too long, because I think him and Shea have a very similar injury. So, But I think Shea would be playing. Dub might not, but I think he would have come back earlier last time. But I think Shea would be in there for sure. Maybe Mitchell.
Looked good when he came back right before this next injury.
Yeah, he missed one shot, and on that missed shot, he tweaked his hamstring again. I think Caruso would be playing for sure. But unless it was like round 1, like last year when we played the Grizzlies, like you can have some role players out for that series. But I think we're just being cautious. We know that the regular season really doesn't matter as long as you can hang on to first place. Like, the records don't matter. We want to be healthy for the playoffs. I hope
Sure.
That's what we're doing.
Anybody, you guys have any other Thunder questions? I've got one more real quick, and that would be, here's my thoughts on it. I think the regular season, we realize it's not important. I shouldn't say it's not important. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And we're doing what we're doing with these injuries and keeping our guys off. You know, they're going to be, hopefully by the playoff time, they will be 100% healthy and ready to go. Unfortunately, I think we'll still have some hardships in the playoffs with some health, because I don't know if anybody will just be 100% fully healthy. But what I'm saying is they're going to be ready to go. And I think they're just showing the NBA, because whenever they're all playing, I mean, they're still just beating the snot out of some of these guys. And the next 4 games we have until the next podcast, I was looking up real quick. So we come off the All-Star break, and we beat Brooklyn, we beat Cleveland. Now we've got Toronto tomorrow night, at Toronto, at Detroit, and then we're home against Denver on Friday, and then Sunday at Dallas. those 4 games right there, plus the 2, that's 6 games. We're 2-0 right now. What is what's realistic for the next 4 games? I mean, we could go 4-0. I'm not saying win, but what's realistic? Or what would make you be pretty happy? Because we're losing. Other teams are gaining ground on us in that first round. Bye.
I think we have to go 2-2 at minimum. We have to beat Dallas and we have to beat Toronto. It's going to be hard to beat Detroit without our guys. There's a sliver of a chance Shea could come back for Denver if they reevaluate him and say he's ready to go right then. But either way, that's all. With or without him, that's a tough matchup. So I think we have to go 2-2, if not better. But I'm not going to hold my breath for 3-1.
Yeah, I think 3-1's a must. I think Detroit is a must-win game at this point in the season, considering from what I've seen, if I'm not mistaken, if we were to match up right now against them in the finals, they would have home court advantage.
I don't think that's the case because
they have a higher
played
winning
more
percentage.
Yeah, but I don't care about the winning percentage because they haven't played as many games as us. So, but we need to beat them because that's a 2-game swing essentially.
Yeah, sure.
But without Shea, Dub, or Mitchell, I just don't know if we can.
I mean, I wouldn't have put a lot of stock into us being Cleveland for the streak that they were on, but they definitely showed more than capable.
Yeah, but
and Chet's able to lead the way. I think he matches up well with those bigger, like the Jalen Durans type compared to like a Wemby for sure.
Normally, I'd say it's a must-win. Without our 3 top scorers, it's just hard for me to imagine that we do. But we definitely, like you said, we can. Which is everybody has to be hitting their shots and play good defense. They're going to be missing Isaiah Stewart because I think that'll be the last game off his suspension. But we'll see.
Let's go Thunder. Clay? You got a question?
My question for you guys: tell me your top 3. Is after the hockey game yesterday. I don't know if people out there listening or you 3 guys haven't heard the post-game remarks from Mike Tirico and just the incredible comments he made. There's no way he could have written any of this down because it's just came out. It's like, I don't understand how people are just good at words like this sometimes. But so who are y'all's top 3 announcers, analysts in any sport, whether it's football, basketball, college, pros, high school? Give me your top 3, and I'll give you all of my top 3 after you're done. So whoever wants to go first.
For sure, Jim Nantz. His range is probably the best, being able to do football, basketball, golf. I'd go... Is it Bean? Who's the Bean guy for basketball?
Bean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
Are you
Bean.
talking about Breen?
Breen. Yeah.
Mike Breen?
Mike Breen, yeah.
Mike Breen.
Yeah.
I love Mike Breen. And then I'd probably have to go like Kirk Herbstreit or the guy with him. I love those 2 guys.
Yeah. Are you
Chris
talking about
Collinsworth.
announcers or like duos or anything? What do you?
Just announcers, but I get what he's saying.
Yeah, sure.
And it's current ones, not past ones.
We got to do current?
Yeah, current, because Todd and I probably got a lot of past ones. You can't go Keith Jackson, stuff like that. Yeah.
I've got no clue. Like, similar to Gary's, Jim Nantz, Herbstreit. I like Joe Buck. I know he's probably one of the most hated ones for some reason, him and Troy Aikman, but I'm a fan.
They were jealous.
Honorable mention. I don't know. He's kind of gone down a little, but I love Tony Romo. Was like at first with his little like explaining and predictions and everything was just really fun to watch or listen to.
Well, I mean, currently for me, it would. I mean, man, it's tough because I love Jim Nantz. I love Herbstreit. I love those guys. I mean, Al Michaels is still there, but he's not the same Al Michaels as he was. So.
There's a lot of mistakes now.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's gotten a little bit older and he's kind of cast off to, what is it, Amazon Prime or whatever it might be.
Yeah, they send him to Thursday Night Football. Right? There's nothing exciting.
He's done Monday Night Football, and then he has the greatest call in all of American sports.
Sure.
The Miracle Call. 1980, and he's still going.
I think Mike Tirico is one of the best at his job, for sure. I think Joe Buck, I love Joe Buck. for sure. And a lot of people don't like him, and then I don't really care. I'll tell you, somebody I really like is Michael Kay. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's the New York Yankees play-by-play guy on the Yes Network. I mean, whenever I listen to him, I just think of it's just classic baseball. It's pretty cool to listen to him too. But some point there'll be I think we may have tried this a long time ago, many years ago, but we need to do sometime in the summer like a all-time hits list, because there's some good ones. Who are yours?
Y'all hit on a lot of them, but definitely Tirico's my favorite, just because, I mean, the guy does Sunday night basketball, Tuesday night basketball. Obviously, he did the Super Bowl. He does Thursday night football. No, Sunday night football. So he's incredible with that. And then he does the Super Bowl, gets on a plane, does the Olympics for a couple of weeks, does everything that he did, the studio stuff, and then, just incredible. Joe Buck is right there with me, and then Kirk Herbstreit are my probably three. And sad part I don't like about Joe Buck is I love watching the Manning cast on Monday Night Football. Those guys are pretty funny. I like the interviews and stuff, and it's on the same time as Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. And so I have to flip back and forth or only watch one or the two, so I don't get to catch him all the time. But I do like him because he does really good at baseball too. And
yeah, he does.
So I think those are probably but I'm going to give my homer one. My honorable mention is Dusty Dvorak. I think the guy's
really good.
So good. And
he's an up-and-comer.
Yes. I mean, I think he's the number 2 behind Kirk Herbstreit on ESPN's college football. And, they're starting to put him up there a little more, but sure, he's fantastic.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going to happen to some of these guys whenever, they're going to, at some point, Herbstreit's going to retire. Of course, it may be another 25 years, but still, regardless. Were you getting ready to say something?
I was just going to say, can't forget about good old Michael Cage either.
Yeah. You talk about a homer. I mean, and that's cool, but it's just like every call, dude, like every call's bad.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's funny.
Garrett, you got a question or a comment for the group?
I already told you. I did not.
Man, you're killing us. No, it's all good. But no, I think that would be a fantastic. What's the deal with the hate for Chris Collinsworth? Why is it? Why do people not like Chris Collinsworth?
Have you seen that slide? No,
yeah,
for sure it's his. Is he just finds a way to for me, it's just the fact that he always finds a way to get Mahomes mentioned in some sort of play. It's like, that just looked kind of like Mahomes like. It's like, so many players have made that play before in their life. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
definitely
it gets under my skin.
Primarily, he also
he is good. I get, and he's entertaining, but he's not afraid to crap on some players too.
We used to hate him because he's the commentator on Madden, and it was just like, we'd be like raging trying to beat somebody, and he'd be like making all these comments roasting us, and that didn't sit well with us for years.
All right, well, one more question I have sports related. Brent Venables just finalized his staff with hiring of DeLon McCullough and Lamar Morgan, replacing DeMarco Murray. Obviously, is a massive culture shift, not just a coaching change for the Oklahoma Sooners. But what's more concerning also is the fact that I don't know if you guys know, but there's a writer out there, Blake Topmeyer from the USA Today. I mean, he's saying that Missouri and Oklahoma are urged to leave the SEC and go back to the Big 12 because they're basically not good enough. There's issues like that as well. But so my first question is, these hires that we just made, is McCullough a genuine home run hire, or is he just the safest name available after Murray jumped to the Chiefs?
It's hard to say it's a home run hire. I 100% think it's an upgrade, so that's definitely a plus. But I think I don't know who out there. I don't know enough about running backs coaches to necessarily say who's the best of the best and all that. But from his, resume, it seems pretty dang good. Being at Notre Dame, and I mean, Murray's in the NFL now, which I don't get anyways. But you get any experience in the NFL, it can translate and add to your resume, especially in their recruiting side.
Yeah, when you add in, his last 2 running backs he's coached was Jeremiah Love and Ashton Genty at Notre Dame, and then at the Raiders.
Pretty good.
Got something going on. I mean, we'll see how he can recruit. I mean, DeMarco obviously could get the running backs there. Just nothing really ever happened to them all once they got there. So that's the problem I had. And then you never knew who was playing. I mean, the substitutions, the hot hand would come out, and then you wouldn't see him again the next game. So all that kind of stuff, I never really understood his thought process. I mean, So who knows? I mean, and McCullough has those ties with his two sons have been played at OU in the past for Venables, and so there's a good relationship there, or Venables wouldn't have brought him on. I don't know much about the defensive back coach. I do like the fact that I think and I agree 100% with what Gary said. Is that home run hire, that's yet to be seen, but I don't think it's a bad hire at all.
Yeah, the way DeMarco did the lineups, it was almost, you remember how New England and Bill Belichick, like they would have a running back do real well one week and then he wouldn't play. And like, I mean, it's really stunk for fantasy owners because you really didn't know who was going to be playing. That's just kind of what it reminded me of. And lately, I don't know if the offensive line was so trash that the running back was, obviously the running backs didn't play as well because of that, or vice versa. The running backs. I mean, I still think that Adrian Peterson would have been able to make runs through that bad line that we had, but that's obviously a much different type of player for sure. All right, here we go. I've got some questions. First one is, what's the most rewatchable TV series to you of all time? Rewatchable TV series. You can watch it over and over. And when I say that, you don't have to watch like the whole series, like binge watch. I'm just saying, like, does that make sense?
Seinfeld.
Just one?
Yeah, give me your top one.
Neither of the answers so far have been bad. I'll throw out The Office.
Did Gary say something? I didn't hear him.
He said Friends.
Okay.
Yeah, you were just.
I say Andy Griffith.
Okay, Grandma.
That's all.
I watch all four of those.
That's fine.
I watch all four of those. Every one of those at least once a week.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I just wish we had those kind of shows nowadays instead of all the,
Never seen you watch Andy Griffith.
Well, you're never. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I
I don't watch
seen
it a whole lot anymore. No, but I mean that's just like a classic one to watch.
Most Perfect Society.
Yeah.
Low crime and nobody's married.
Yeah. And it was in North Carolina, right outside Raleigh, where we lived for a while.
Mayberry.
Good old Mayberry. All right, here's another television type of a question. What have you not watched one single episode of and never will?
What was the first part of that?
What's a show you've never watched and never will?
What's this tape?
You haven't seen a single
you've
episode.
Never seen an episode, and you don't think you ever will.
Probably anything Dad suggests nowadays. I mean,
Yeah, but you might accidentally watch it when he's sitting there watching his stories when you.
yeah. What was that
show up.
freaking movie at Christmas this guy put on?
What was that? What are you talking about?
I don't
The
know.
Ben
some
Stiller one?
depressing things.
Was it a
Ben
movie?
Stiller. No, it was a TV show.
Oh, it was a TV show. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. But, huh?
I'm going to say, I hear these shows are funny, but I don't know. They just have never come across me and just can't. It was like Parks and Rec, Curb Your Enthusiasm, 30 Rock. I've heard those are good, but I hadn't seen any of them.
I have no desire.
Are you talking seeing an episode or like seeing clips?
Episode.
All right, then mine would be Parks and Recreation. I've seen a lot of clips, but I don't like a lot of the actors in that thing, so it just does not interest me at all.
Like, I know Kellen really likes Scrubs. I don't think I'll ever watch an episode of Scrubs. And nothing about it. I just don't think I ever watch it.
Is that a
You wouldn't
remake?
understand.
Is that a remake?
They're
'Cause I
coming up
remember
with one, yeah.
Scrubs back in the 90s.
I mean, the original Scrubs came out in 2001, and they're doing a new season like next week.
2001. Okay, maybe I was thinking 90s.
There was 8 seasons. Then they made a 9th that was kind of a spinoff, kind of a season 9, and now season 10 is coming out like
I
next
did not
week.
know that.
I've got like 4 episodes left in season 8. I'm rewatching it for the 8th time.
I want to see if there's any way. I don't know if I can. Now, I was going to say share my screen, but I don't think I'm going to be able to.
Gary didn't give us an answer.
He did.
Dude, I don't have an answer. I don't.
Gary watches everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
like you throw it out there, man. I'll give it a shot.
I'll
I'm
give
in the
an
middle
answer.
of Bridgerton right now. It's freaking fire.
I'm going to give you an answer for G-Rod.
Let's hear it.
Olympics.
Yeah. And watch Olympics.
Not ever going to watch the Olympics. I hope I get some tickets to that Olympics and the one in Oklahoma City. I put in for the did y'all register?
No, 0.
You don't want to go to watch the Olympics?
I mean, no, not that. If it was like something else. You like Winter Olympics or Summer Olympics better?
Summer, yeah. But I mean, you get to watch all that rowing, canoeing. That'd be fun to watch. I've never seen it. It'd be cool. And then the softball.
Good. I'm totally fine with that. I mean, if I watched anything, you'd probably like basketball. That'd be something I want to watch. If
Drive
that.
over to Arkansas with me, Clay. You can watch me do a little canoe.
All right.
Okay.
Here. I wish I could put this on the screen, but it's basically there's a pill, okay? And which pill would you eat? There's 4 different ones. Which one would you want? You could only take one. You could get
Ibuprofen.
900 million instantly. That's the green pill. The red pill is use 200% of your brain power. The blue is time travel and teleports. And the orange is control anyone in the world.
Orange.
You take the orange, like control anyone in the world?
Yeah, just, hey, give me your money. Give me your money till I rack up over 900 million. Either that or the 200%, because I think if you could use 200% of your brain, you could make money.
That's just called using ChatGPT, but I'd probably go the first one. I mean,
900 million?
That's what I'm going with, 900 million. Seems like the least, because you get that and you just get it. You don't have to deal with anybody else. Everything else, your brain power, controlling people, other people now involved. Teleporting would be fun because you could go. I guess you can go back and forth. I don't know, or is it just a one-time thing?
Whenever you take the pill,
I'd do 900
you have
million.
a unlimited supply. I would use 200% of my power because I think if I had that, I would be able to invent something that is a time travel teleport. I'd be able to control a lot of people, and then I would be able to make 900 million probably in a day if I had that kind of money, if I had that kind of brain power. My question is, what would I be doing with it? That's the only thing I'd be wondering what I would, if I had the unlimited. What was that, Limitless? Remember that TV show and that movie, Limitless? That was a pretty good TV show, I thought, and heck of a movie. That's kind of what I would like to see. Good talk. Well, the Foxx Den Sports Podcast would like to thank all of our listeners for tuning in once again. Keep coming. YouTube, make sure you're subscribing to us on our YouTube channel. Give us some good comments. Let us know how we're doing. That's fine. We don't care because we can handle it, and we'll rip back. But for the dog, G-Rod, and Bench, I'm Todd Fox. And always remember, stay savage and not average. And remember to join the skulk. And until next time, goodbye, everybody.
Sooner.
Thank you for listening to the Foxx Den Sports Podcast. Be sure to subscribe for free to our YouTube channel, Foxx Den Sports. And also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Foxx Den Sports and on Facebook at Foxx Den Sports Podcast. You can also email us at foxdensports@yahoo.com. This has been Foxx Den Sports.